Hi there everyone, my name's Dave West. I hope we're all doing well. So welcome back to the ultimate video test, and today I'm checking out the iPhone 14 Pro Max at 4K at 60 frames per second in its HDR stroke Dolby Vision video mode. Now, as with all ultimate video tests, I'll leave all of the main camera specifications down in the description, and I'll just run through some of the high level features throughout this video to help save you some time. So we're starting off as always with the front facing camera. And this is a brand new 12 megapixel autofocus camera. So I will show you, you can see there, my really old and weathered hands. And this allows you to get greater accuracy on moving faces, or if you're using it in still camera mode for portraits and selfies, etc. Now, as you can see, you get nice electronic image stabilization from the front facing camera. And this allows you to have nice, smooth, non-stuttery video when recording from the selfie camera. Now, if you wonder why I'm looking down all the time, they have dredged all of the trees which are off to my left, which used to be a forest. They're obviously being replanted, but I think they were dying and they were obviously causing some issues for the surrounding land. As you can see, it's all been felled. Most of the tree trunks are behind me. It gives you an idea of how the phone renders smooth movement at the same time, as well as color and exposure and everything else that goes with it. So there's the front facing camera. I'll switch to the rear lenses now and show you how they look. So start off with the rear camera then. So I'll just run through the slightly updated lens setup on the back of the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So we've still got the 12 megapixel ultra wide camera and also the 12 megapixel telephoto. But they've now been joined by a brand new 48 megapixel sensor for the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max. Now, what this allows you to do is have a new 2x lossless digital crop for both photo and video. So in 4K 60, I cannot move through all of the different lenses. Now, there is a zoom option, but what you're doing is you're just cropping off the main and ultra wide camera. So it doesn't allow you to actually just switch through all of the different lenses as you're recording. You have to stop, start again, etc, etc. So this is the ultra wide camera, and with this you get a nice expansive field of view with the iPhone. It's one of the best ultra wide cameras I've used on any smartphone. It's really wide, and even for video it crams in a load into the frame, allowing you to get as much scenery as possible into the video. And as you can see, the stabilization is doing a cracking job of keeping everything nice and steady, which is great. Okay, so 48 megapixel main lens then. So I've had to stop and restart. And you can see nice crisp visuals at 4K 60. You can see that little nestle of trees up ahead there. I say little, when you stand next to them it's absolutely huge. But from this distance you can see it frames it off nicely. And you've got nice detail even in these trees which are just down below there. So just checking out autofocus while I'm stood here. As you can see, as with all iPhones, you get a nice smooth lock on your subject. Although it's not the quickest, I've noticed over the years that iPhone autofocus, in trade for better quality video and accuracy, the autofocus is a little bit slower than it used to be. It used to be proper lightning quick. But now you can see the transition between your subject and your background is just nice and smooth and gradual now. But that's not a bad thing. I'd rather have accuracy than super speed. But you can see everything looks really good from here. So just continue here, just to show you some more of the stabilization and surrounding scenery. Nicely done. Okay, so this is the new 2x lossless zoom option. So what this is doing is it sort of cuts out a rectangle from the middle of the picture, or square if you're in 4:3 mode, and basically just uses that to give you this super crisp and nicely focused image. Now it's a bit hazy today, as you can see, so it's not quite ideal, but not everyone's going to use their phone in brilliant sunlight. So it's a perfect opportunity to show you how the iPhone also works in slightly gloomier weather as we're getting today. So this is really using the benefit of that brand new 48 megapixel camera, which is excellent, by the way, especially if you're using it in 48 megapixel mode with a third-party app like Halid or something like that. Very, very good indeed. And then finishing off with the 3x telephoto camera. And you can see you just get that a little bit closer, but again, because it's a telephoto lens, you get really nice, crisp quality visuals. As you can see here, cutting through the haze as much as it can, you get these really nice looking visuals. And if you're careful with the old footsteps, you can get some nice stabilization as well on the 3x camera. Highly unlikely you're going to use it for this particular purpose. This is more for if you just want a bit more reach. If you sat still or stood still and you want to see the subjects up ahead a little bit closer. But this is just to give you an indication of how it all works at 4K 60. Alright, so there's a quick look then at 4K at 60 frames per second in Dolby Vision stroke HDR mode on the brand new iPhone 14 Pro Max. I think it's really impressive, not a massive step up from the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I still think that is my pick of the super powerful iPhones if you really must get one. I think the 14 Pro Max is too much of a safe update in my opinion, despite that new lens. I don't think the new lens is drastically that much better for you to be able to spend more money and get this over your 13 Pro Max. If you've got one of those, keep it and maybe wait for next year's iteration. But if you're coming from an older iPhone 11 or maybe a 12 or even older, then this is a super handset indeed for visuals in terms of stills and video quality. So if you've got any comments or questions about anything you've seen in this video, then please let me know down in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And don't forget, if you're new around here, then please do consider subscribing. There's more videos coming like this on the channel very soon. But for now, this has been my quick look at 4K 60 in HDR Dolby Vision on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. My name is Dave West and I will catch you guys later.